Welcome to our lecture online. In this video, we're asked to come up with the general equation of the heat flow from the inside to the outside of a cylinder. And so what we're going to do here is find what we call Q dot, which is the same as dQ dt, the amount of heat flow per unit time through the sides of the cylinder. The inside radius is A, the outside radius is B. The temperature on the inside is TA, the temperature on the outside is TB. And yes, the temperature on the inside is greater than the temperature on the outside. And in this case, we're going to have a constant heat conductivity. So it doesn't vary over the radius or over the length of the cylinder. So starting with the general equation of heat conduction, we have dQ dt, or Q dot, is equal to the heat conductivity constant times the cross-sectional area through which the heat flows, times the change in the temperature divided by the length or the distance traveled. Now here, the distance traveled is not the same as the distance traveled there. So maybe instead of calling it L, we may want to call it X. Why not? So that way we're not confused. So let's just call it X. All right. Now, we need to adapt that to the specific situation of a cylinder. So to do that, and because the cross-sectional area changes as you go from the inside of the cylinder to the outside of the cylinder, you can see that the cross-sectional area through which the heat flows increases. Since that's not a constant, we're going to need to integrate. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw a small cylindrical shell, like this, of a very thin nature, like that. The distance to the shell, let's call that R. And the thickness of the shell, let's call that dr. And so what we're going to do is come up with an equation that describes the heat flow through that small little thin cylindrical shell. And of course, the heat flow through any part of the cylinder must be a constant, so the Q dot does not change. This is a constant value. So this is a constant. It doesn't change throughout the radius of the cylinder. So now when we write the equation, we can say that Q dot is equal to the constant, and in this case it is indeed a constant, times the cross-sectional area. Now that's the cross-sectional area of the cylindrical shell, which means if we take the circumference and multiply it times the length, that gives us the surface area of that cylindrical shell. So that's going to be 2 pi r times L, so that's the surface area through which the heat travels, and then delta T is the difference in the temperature from the inside to the outside of that cylindrical shell. That's a very tiny quantity, so we're going to call it dt, and then we divide that by the distance traveled through that thin shell, and that distance traveled will be a dr. Now notice, since Q dot is a constant, and even though Q dot is dQ dt, and that's just simply a constant, the only variables are the radius r and the temperature T, so we have to separate the variables. Let's do that, which means on the left side we end up with dr over r, and that equals, here we keep k 2 pi L divided by Q dot, and notice that this quantity is all a constant. Every item in here is a constant, and on this side we have dt. So now what we can do is we can integrate both sides, integrate the left side, integrate the right side. Here we travel from A to B, from the inside to the outside, and here the change in the temperature is from the hot to the cold. So here we want the hot temperature to be on the top, T sub A, and the cold temperature on the bottom, T sub B. So because we want that to be a positive quantity. So when we integrate on the left side, we get the natural log of R, evaluated from A to B, equals K 2 pi L over Q dot. And on the right side, we have the temperature evaluated from TB to TA. So we chose our limits so that we end up with a positive value. Here, when we plug in the limit, we get the natural log of B minus the natural log of A is equal to K 2 pi L over Q dot times, and that would then be TA minus TB when we plug in the limits. And since TA is greater than TB, that's a positive quantity. And then here this can be written as the natural log of B over A is equal to K times 2 pi L over Q dot times the difference in the temperature And finally, when we rearrange terms, we get to Q dot over on one side. So then we come back over here. So now we can write that Q dot is equal to, we have K 2 pi L over the natural log of B over A times the difference of the temperature, TA minus TB. And this would definitely be one way in which we could write the equation. So that's the heat flow through the sides of the cylinder. Or we could also write it as Q dot is equal to TA minus TB divided by, and then we could write this as the natural log of B over A divided by K 2 pi L. And so we could also write it like this. And of course, TA minus TB is really the difference in the temperature from the inside to the outside of the cylinder. And those are the two equations that will now help us figure out the heat conducted through the sides of a cylinder with constant conductivity. And that is how it's done.